Republicans in Congress voted against a clean drinking water project in Colorado today, and this is despite the fact they voted unanimously with Democrats to approve it last year.
Yeah, Kyle Clark is here to explain why. And Kyle, the first thing I asked you was, were you surprised that this happened?
I wasn't surprised at the end results of the vote that Republicans did not override President Trump's veto, because they're not going to defy President Trump. The only thing that was a little bit surprising is that Republican House leadership allowed it to be brought up for a vote at all, so that Congresswoman Lauren Boebert could get slapped down on this. Because Trump, of course, has promised to punish Colorado, right, in connection with his false claims of election rigging, even if that meant vetoing a bill to finish a pipeline project that Trump himself had delivered funding for during his first term. Congress approved that bill unanimously, and today they voted on it again, but this time with Trump telling Republicans to vote no. And most of them did. The override failed, leaving that clean drinking water for southeastern Colorado now in doubt. The Arkansas Valley Conduit's been discussed since the 1960s. It only really got rolling in recent years thanks to, again, the Trump administration, which celebrated that they were delivering the funding after previous administrations had failed. That project is designed to bring clean water to rural communities between Pueblo and Lamar, where wells are often salty or contaminated with radiation. Colorado's Republicans and Democrats were united in Congress today, asking other members of Congress to stand up for their own power and to reject political retaliation.
And I will say to all of my colleagues, as you consider where you land on this particular vote, let me be abundantly clear. It does not matter if your community supported Donald Trump politically. If we don't take this step, trust me, no town is safe. No county is safe. No state is safe from political retaliation by the administration. We will be back here on the floor debating a veto for a project in Arkansas or in Texas or in Ohio.
Democratic Representative Joe Neguse there. In the end, the vote was not particularly close, about 40 Republicans short of the two-thirds majority that would have been needed for an override. Colorado's entire delegation, R's and D's, voted yes, as did every Democrat in the House. I spoke with the Republican Congresswoman Boebert. This is in her district. She told me, I'm not done fighting for this. Stay tuned. So we will have to see what happens. The fascinating thing for people who are kind of nerds about politics or the way that government works is that what President Trump has essentially structured at this point is the irrelevancy of Congress, right? That Congress only exists to make decisions if he says they can make the decision. In this case, every Republican said, well, we support this drinking water project. He said, no, you don't. And away they went, right? So I was talking to Democratic Senator Michael Bennet about this earlier this week, and I said, do you think that President Trump is trying to make Congress irrelevant? And he said that in his view, that President Trump basically already has.
Oh, all right. So you said, Congresswoman Boebert said, stay tuned. Yeah. What happens next?
I mean, what they could try to do is they could try to take this project and hide it like in a bigger project and to pass it through in a bigger bill with stuff that President Trump likes. You know, I mean, it's an imperfect analogy, but you know, like when your pet won't take the pill, like you wrap it in some meat or cheese and you give it back to them and they don't know there's a pill in there and they swallow it, right? The idea would be to hide this in a bigger package and see if Trump approves it there. But honestly, he's so tuned in right now to this idea of retribution against Colorado, I don't know that that would work.
I don't think, I think he'd spit it right back out.
Right? At the end of the day, you have folks who are looking for the water.
Right, and for generations have been promised this, and like, right, I want to be clear, it wasn't just House Republicans today that stopped this project. For generations, Congress could not deliver on this, the state could not deliver on it, but they were this close, unanimously through Congress, put it in front of the president. President Trump has supported the project in the past, but now he's got it out for Colorado, as he said.
And, you know, I just think about what Mark Salinger, the PC, did on Next, and the people in that community were like, they were shell-shocked.
I mean, these are staunchly Republican communities. Yes. These are very, very conservative parts of Colorado.
They could not believe this would happen.
No, because
again,
anywhere.
Why would they, right? This is a project that President Trump himself had supported, but the only thing that's changed is that now he's promising harsh measures against Colorado.
All right. Kyle, thank you.
Yep.